I don't think there's been a community day in the past where I haven't left with over 2,000 candy, at least a 96% IV, and a bunch of shinies. Let me show you how I do this. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. We're gonna get right into it. Today I'm gonna be showing you how I prep for community day to maximize on everything. Also note in this video, if you don't have as much bag space or Pokemon space as you, this is just completely scalable. I'm gonna give you guys ways to know how much you're actually gonna need. Number one, prepping for Pokeballs. You really need a lot of Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, Great Balls for community day. Most people recommend having as many Ultra Balls as you can, and this is what I do because I like to quickly catch and not have to worry about going back. But Ultra Balls can be hard to come by, so Great Balls will work just as well, and Pokeballs as well. Really, the consensus here is I want to have a lot of my bag space towards balls, because if you don't have balls, you're not going to be able to catch Pokemon. How many times did I say balls in the last? For me, I usually prep as many Ultra Balls as I can. Since my bag space is at 3,000, I'm usually able to get up to 600 Ultra Balls in between each of the comm days. During comm day, I usually throw all my Ultra Balls and get through a bunch of my Great Balls, and then I don't use any Ultra Balls or Great Balls unless absolutely necessary until the next comm day. I only use those premium Ultra Balls during comm days. I always save them and never really use them unless I need them. Number two, I also don't use Pinap berries very often when I'm actually just catching things in the wild. I usually use this in comm day because I want to be leaving comm day with enough candy where I never really have to get candy for that specific Pokemon. For example, Charmander comm day, I used about 400 Pinap berries and I ended up leaving the day with around 5,000 candy. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to use that much, so it's good to know that that Pokemon is out the window and I'm never gonna be striving for candy. And just like the Ultra Balls, I really don't use them in between comm days, so pretty much in between comm days, I don't use Pinap berries and I don't use Ultra Balls. All I'm catching Pokemon with are raspberries, Nanab berries, who uses those though, Great Balls, and Pokeballs. Finally, for bag space, I usually just want to match my bag space with the amount of balls that I have in total, because that's pretty much how many Pokemon you're gonna be catching. If you're gonna be throwing all your Ultra Balls during comm day and you have 300 Ultra Balls, then have 300 spaces, because if you're to hit every single Pokemon and catch, and obviously don't drop any on the floor, then you're gonna completely fill up your bag and it's gonna be perfect. If you don't have that much bag space, or you have a lot of good Pokemon and you don't want to transfer them to make bag space, what you want to do during comm day, you're gonna want to go through all your Pokemon. You're gonna want to tag all the ones you want to keep. So the 3 stars, usually the ones with high IVs, any PvP relevant ones, so anything with 0 attack, low attack, high defense, high stamina. If you don't know why you want those IVs for PvP, I'm gonna make a video soon, but you can just search it online for now. And you're just gonna want to star all those, and then you're gonna want to sort by CP, and you're gonna want to reverse it so that you show all the low CPs of that specific Pokemon. Delete all the low CP ones, usually anything between 10 and 200 I will delete. Anything higher I'll usually keep. The key to this is to keep the 100 of the highest CP Pokemon that you've caught during the comm day, and I'm going to show you guys why later in this video. Okay, comm day hits. I want you guys to throw your incenses down, because right now we're getting 3-hour incense, and I want you to catch everything you can. If you can, and if you know how to do it, use the quick catch technique. If you don't know how to do that, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for a video showing you how to use that technique so you can catch Pokemon quicker. Also, hopefully you can play in a dense area, but maybe not because of COVID, so that's where the incense is really gonna play in. Remember, your incense spawns will only stay for 1 minute, so you wanna make sure you click on them really quick. You should always be checking your incense spawns first, because those are the ones that are most likely gonna disappear compared to the wild spawns, which will usually be there for around 30 minutes. Also, hopefully you can join a local Discord group. I'm gonna leave the one for Ottawa in the link below. These are great because people call out high IV Pokemon. If you're above level 30 and a level 30 above trainer calls out 100% IV, those IVs are going to be the exact same for you. So you can go get that Pokemon and have a chance at a Shundo. Remember, this is only for trainers above level 30. If you're under level 30, all the IVs of wild Pokemon are going to be random for everyone. So if you're above level 30, call out those Pokemon, let people know if you found a good IV'd one in the wild. Okay, so why the Pinap berries? So let's say I have 200 Pinap berries. The first 200 of, for example, let's say Charmander was last comm day. First 200 Charmanders I see, I'm going to put a Pinap berry on them and I'm going to catch them. This pretty much gets rid of all my Pinap berries, and then once I hit 0 Pinaps, I'm going to stop using them. At that point, you usually have enough candy for the Pokemon, so just regular catches are gonna work completely fine. So stop putting Pinap berries on them and start stocking up for the next comm day. Okay, comm day is over. You've gone through all your Pokeballs. We're just gonna keep using example Charmanders. You have a bunch of Charmanders saved up. Now remember, I told you to keep 100 of the highest CP Charmanders you have. You're gonna find a friend and you're just gonna start trading with them. There is around a 5% chance that that a Pokemon becomes lucky when you trade them. Lucky Pokemon means that IVs are going to be 12, 12, 12, or in shorter terms, it's going to be a 3-star IV Pokemon. Also, lucky Pokemon are cheaper to power up. So you're going to want to do 100 mirror trades. If you do this quick, you can usually get this done in 45 minutes. I've even done it in 30. And usually when you do 100 mirror trades of the high CP Charmanders or whatever Calm Day Pokemon you have, you're able to get a couple luckies. I've even gotten 4 from just 100 trades. For example, during Charmander Calm Day, I ended the day with 0 100% IVs. Because I traded 100 Pokemon, I was able to get 2 4-star Charmanders after the day had ended. However, you want to make sure you do this quick. You only have 2 hours after the event to evolve your Pokemon to get the Calm Day move. If you don't know what a Calm Day move is, it's a special move that you can only get during these community days, which are once a month. These moves are usually pretty powerful or are good to shake up the PvP meta. They also become rare over time, so you're going to make sure you have a couple of them for trading. So you're done your 100 trades. Let's say you caught 20 shinies during the day. You ended the day with around 3 luckies from your trades. This is when you're going to want to evolve. I always evolve the ones I'm gonna use first. So I want to evolve a high CP one usually in case I want to use it for raids or if it ever becomes relevant in the Master League, usually a Great League one and an Ultra League one. Some people might say the Pokemon is not relevant for a certain league, but you do want to make sure you evolve and just keep it in your storage, because the thing is every season they update moves in PvP and make different Pokemon relevant. For example, I kept deleting all my Snovers that turn into Abomasnow, and then they updated I think Powder Snow or Weather Ball, and it became super relevant in the Great League. So just because Pokemon is not super relevant right now doesn't mean you should just completely trash it if you have a good PvP IV for it. And if you want to know what specific PvP IVs are good for certain Pokemon, I'm going to leave a link below to Go Stadium. This is where you can search a Pokemon and it'll show you the best IVs for the certain leagues. So there you go. You evolve the ones that you want to keep first, so a high IV and some PvP ones for Great League and Ultra League. And then I go ahead and evolve my shinies. If you have a Shundo, obviously evolve it. I will evolve my high CP shinies no matter their IVs. This is because it's good trade bait in the future. Imagine if you had 10 shiny Meteor Mash Metagrosses right now. That would be worth so much because a lot of people missed that Calm Day. I think it was back in 2018. So you could pull shiny legendaries like shiny Giratina Origin for a Meteor Mash Metagross. Even if you think everyone has one right now, just wait a year and a half down the line where a bunch of new players have played and none of them have Dragon Breath shiny Charizard. Well, you'll be the one to supply them and you'll be taking whatever good they were able to pull. That's my Calm Day in a nutshell. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about this. Question of the day for you guys. What is the best Calm Day catch you have ever gotten? Have you ever caught a Shundo? Have you ever caught, 100% IV? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know. But this has been the video. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.